music. Gotta like that. Monday, it's noontime. You're listening to Radio A1A.com. My name is Mark Mills. And this used to be the place where you got a dose of real estate along with what was going on in the Florida Keys. We have compartmentalized that real estate thing. We've set it on the shelf for the time being. And we're just going to talk about life in the Keys now. The program's got a new title. It's called The View. I know that's been taken from Paradise.
Yeah.
So we tack that onto the end with a couple of dots. The View from Paradise, and we will cover life in the Keys, life in Paradise, from what it's like to be a waiter and a waitress here, making ends meet, to living the life, living the highbrow, doing it all. So we hope that you'll stick around and enjoy this with us. We are live today from the Caribbean Club, part of the Phollow the Phlock event, and I believe we still have sponsors on board these days. The bail bonds folks are with us, right?
Monroe County Bail Bonds.
Gotta love that.
Come on vacation, go home on probation.
Well, or try and avoid it if you can. Yeah, So that music you hear in the background, that's Donnie Brewer, one of the A1A artists that we play on Trop Rock A1A. There's also, I think, are we broadcast on Cruisin' Country today, too?
That's right, we are.
Okay, cool. That other voice belongs to Harry Tieford, and Harry is the founder of this feast. So, all hail Harry.
All hail Mark Mills, ladies and gentlemen, the man, the legend of radio in the Florida Keys.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I got nothing to live up to now.
Oh, yeah.
It's all over with for me.
And the legend of video in the Florida Keys is sitting across from you.
Well, and we'll get to him in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Once you turn this machine on, it doesn't quit. So we're going to hold that for just a minute.
That's for sure.
I think I still want to thank Jenny Pinnell at Florida Keys Sunshine Title because she's on board with us still, and we appreciate that. If you are selling your home and, you're going to do it yourself, knock yourself out, I'm all in favor of that. But have somebody who can make sure your butt is covered. And Ginny Pinnell is your gal at Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys right there at mile marker 103. Also, Jim LaPointe is a great guy and a wonderful loan officer. And his rates are rock bottom. Go to radioa1a.com and check out the webpage. His information is right there with his lowest rate was 3.175, I believe it was, over the weekend.
That's 3 1/8. That's amazing.
That's unreal. Yeah, I mean, a former money changer over there. Christ threw him personally out of the temple.
I have been cast from the temple.
Yeah, and the temple's been better ever since.
Oh, absolutely.
We like having Jim along on the show because he's been a great guy, and he's really taken care of some deals for Michael and and helped everything out. Michael is kind of out there doing his real estate thing, and I'm sure he will reconnect with us just to make sure. The event today at the Caribbean Club is called Phollow the Phlock. Now, Video David Kay is going to bring us up to date on all of that. It is part of the Meeting of the Minds Parrothead event. It's a pit stop party, and I asked Dave, just a sample of where does this begin, and of course he took me to the infantile embryo stage of the Parrothead and
egg.
Yeah,
stage.
Yeah, the egg stage before the swimmer hit it. Yeah. Which is fine. I'm thinking of the people who are traveling to here today. Where are they coming from? Is there a place they start in Tampa or Jacksonville or somewhere up the coast? Or are they just coming from all over the place?
They are coming from everywhere. We get them from Michigan. We get them some from Hawaii. We have some from Parrothead clubs, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, and places. They're coming from everywhere.
Holy cow!
Yes, and if they do not fly in, then they're driving in, which means they're driving right past us here at the Caribbean Club.
Mile marker 104 on the
104
Bayside.
Bayside, yes. Yep. And so that's where we are today. And we've already got people already coming in, starting with us there.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Well, hey, look, there's food on.
Yes, we have food, we have drink. The bar, of course, open inside. We've got musicians.
For the Caribbean Club, there'd be no reason to open the door otherwise.
No.
Yeah.
So we've got a revolving door of musicians that are trop rock musicians coming through. They'll stop here.
If you like the beat and the overall sentiment of the music,
right?
For trop rock, which is kick your shoes off, toes in the sand, cold drink, preferably one with some rum in it.
Yeah.
Or maybe an icy beer. Don't want to. Not going to rain on anybody's parade here. And throw the hat off and PHUQ,
There you go.
As far as I'm looking at it, just the hell with it. Let's go have a good time. That is Parrothead life.
Yes, it is.
However, there is a core of the Parrotheads that do seem to get together and rise up for each other. Is there not?
Parrotheads are, in my opinion, Parrotheads are probably one of the largest families in the world.
Yeah.
There's so many. The last time I looked, there were over 350 Parrothead clubs, and they
350
all 300. Last
clubs?
time I heard, there was over 350 clubs everywhere. That could have changed, but I know that last time I looked, it was 350. But they all do something, and of course their phrase that they go by is "we party with a purpose,"
right?
And they do so much for the communities that they're in. They raise money. They do so many benefits.
Think about that for just a second, David. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but party with a purpose.
Yes.
I don't know if you can beat that for a motto, to tell you the truth. Really. I mean, let's party with a purpose. I'm going to go, have a good old time, but you know what? I'm going to raise a few bucks so that guy, that gal, that family over there,
right,
their life's going to be better.
Yes.
In a nutshell, that's what the Parrotheads do.
Yes, and that's exactly what,
awesome.
Even here today, we're having this big pit stop party, and we've got all of our members here pitching in because there's so much work putting all this together. You have to have somebody to help set up and have to man the booths and what have you, but at the same time, they're just glad to be here. I mean, this day is so beautiful today. The breeze is so nice, sitting here under the palm tree in the shade, but everyone here is having fun.
Yeah,
they're having a good time, but they're also in the same breath they're working to do something to raise money to help their favorite charity.
Yeah. You can't beat that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, all right. Now at this particular event, because we call it a pit stop, and I've always gotten that in my head that, all right, so it's a caravan, but there is an ending place which will be down in Key West, right? Stock Island.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually in Key West, Stock Island has been just before.
Okay.
But Key West is where everything really starts on Wednesday, the meeting of the Mines Parrothead Convention. And, they get in excess of 15,000 plus people, Parrotheads, that come to that. And all the trop rockers in the world come down because most of them are hired to play at different bars, because if you have a bar in Key West, you want trop rock music playing,
absolutely,
not anything else. You want to cater to the crowd you have.
Right.
So most of these musicians, they're on their way there because they're scheduled to even start playing some this afternoon and evening, all through next Sunday.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so Wednesday through Sunday down in Key West is the meeting of the Mines.
Yes.
That's the Parrothead Convention.
Right.
Now, is there actually conventioning going on, or is it just full tilt boogie?
We're conventioning right now, so that's there's the big headquarters. I guess if you wanted to convention it, the big headquarters are at the Casa Marina, and that's where a lot of the headliners will be there to play.
Right.
And so anyway, that's like the main place, but every bar in town also will have trop rockers there. So when you're not at the castle, you're cruising around Duval, hitting the different bars to hear your favorite musician.
That's cool. That works.
Yeah.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Now, today here at the Caribbean Club, I mean, it is an absolutely perfect day.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you got a cool breeze coming, I think, pretty much, due south? Is that, yeah, well, Bayside's north, isn't it? So it's kind of, all right, I
southeast.
Pardon me for putting it this way, Harry, but I got a shitty compass.
Southeast.
Yeah, okay, so the wind is coming out of the southeast, and it's nice. It's not a hot breeze. It's not warm. It's a nice cool breeze blowing over. It's out towards the Bayside. A couple of clouds in the sky. Got a nice crowd here. You can get food tickets are $8. So come on, it's lunchtime, gang. Come on over to the crib. You normally, and if you're a Keys person, you know this. I know you know this. You can get any kind of drink you want at the Caribbean Club, but you cannot get food here. So this is one of those rare opportunities where you can get the coldest beer around at the crib. Plus, you can get a burger, cheeseburger, hot dogs, probably chips and stuff to go along with it too. So, but it's all available out back here at the Caribbean Club, and it's $8 for the whole deal. So chow down, get a couple of dogs, sides, desserts, the whole 9 yards is there, and it's just $8 a person. Now you try and find lunch for $8 a person in the Keys. I defy it. It ain't gonna happen.
No.
So get your behindy over to Caribbean Club and join us here. Great music going on. Donnie Brewer's playing right now. And who's this cat on the string bass? Anybody know?
What's that?
Who's this guy on the string bass?
Bill the Bassman.
Bill the Bassman.
Bassman Bill, we call him Bill
I
Wissinger.
love these guys, man. They're
Bassman
great.
Bill Wissinger. Him and Captain Josh play once a week up here at another location. And so
we can say the other location.
the other location is Snook's Bayside Restaurant and Grand Tiki Bar.
There you go. Right at mile marker 100 on the Bayside.
Yeah.
So they're about 4 miles south of us. But today we are up at mile marker 104 on the Bayside at the Caribbean Club. Now, to the Follow the Phlock.
Yes.
You do have the classic hat on, which I love, which is, you've changed the P to an R, it looks like, but, it's because you colored it in and you got a period there. But Parrotheads of the Upper Key. It does look like an R, doesn't it?
It kind of looks like an R.
Tell me I'm wrong. Bob, you have good eyesight. That looks like an R, doesn't it? Yeah, somebody wake Bob up, right? Doesn't that look like an R? Yes, see? Bob nodded. He's no fool.
One more time, here we go.
But we know it is not an R.
We know it is not an R. It's a P. So PHUQ is Parrotheads of the Upper Key.
No, the Parrotheads Upper Keys.
Parrotheads Upper Keys.
Yeah.
No O.
No.
Parrotheads Upper Keys.
Yes.
And, this is the gathering point today here at the Caribbean Club. So come on over and have some lunch, enjoy the music and whatnot. You did get into the beginning of the Parrotheads. That all started up here locally?
Yes, we had some a couple different couples from Miami that were staying down here in Key Largo.
Weekenders.
And they come down and moved down, and they put an ad out about put a notice in the paper they were going to have a Parrothead Club meeting over at what used to be.
Which was
what used to be behind the Holiday Inn.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't even think of the name of it right now, but
Coconuts.
Coconuts, yes. So a lot of us that saw the write-up in the paper, we went there, and that was like the beginning of the meeting. And at that time, we did not have a name. But then once we started, then we decided on the name Pirates on the Water.
There you go.
Parrotheads Upper Keys.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that's been a few years ago. I'm going to say maybe 15 or 16 years ago, because this is our 13th annual pit stop party.
Okay.
So, anyway, it just grew because we had nothing like that down here. Key West had one, but the Parrothead clubs have to be more than 50 miles apart. They can't be two in the same area.
Yeah.
And so with the address we use, it put us just 50 miles away from the address in Miami.
There you go.
So we've been doing good. We've had a good run with it.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people come and go. A lot of our members, have been down here for years, have left and moved away.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we're still going strong, having a great time and enjoying it.
That's awesome, man. I'll tell you, these things happen organically.
Yes.
You can't beat it. It's just a group of people who got together and decided to have some fun. Can we talk a little bit about some of the groups that have maybe benefited, some of the charities that you worked with and whatnot?
Sure we can.
Good. Stop. We'll do that right. We're going to take a break. Can we do that, Harry?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Folks, you're listening to the inaugural episode of The View from Paradise with Mark Mills. David Kay is my guest today. We are live at the Caribbean Club. Harry, take us away. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, folks. Stay with us.
Jake Sullivan lies near death in a coma. His best friend Mike drives the hunt for the man who leads a criminal enterprise that could poison paradise with a chemical weapon. There's no safe harbor to be had here. Cuban Crime of Passion is the latest in the Jake Sullivan series from author Chip Bell. Available now, Cuban Crime of Passion. Check out RadioA1A.com. Click on the guy under the palm tree with the gun.
Cartel in Key West, corrupt politicians.
You've been coming to the Keys for a while, and you rent a nice place, but the rents keep going up. You know it's time to consider buying a home in the Keys. First thing, find out how much home you can afford. Time to talk to Jim. Jim LaPointe is your new Keys local lender. Easy qualifying, lowest rates, FHA, VA, conventional. Time to talk to Jim. Log on to RadioA1A.com. Click on interest rates. Rates change often, so check them daily. Time to talk to Jim.
Monroe County Bail Bonds is a local family-owned and operated bail bonding agency in the Florida Keys. Fully licensed and serving residents and visitors for over 20 years.
3-day getaway down in the Florida Keys. This time Duval Street got the best of me. I argued with the cop. He said I was speeding, that I really ran out of luck. When my girlfriend leaned over and whispered real loud, he's stubborn when he's drunk. I came here on vacation. I'm going home on probation.
That's right. There's always an agent on call 24/7 at Monroe County Bail Bonds. Call us when you need us with 2 locations. Tavernier at 305-852-3268 or Key West at 305-296-7724 or go to FloridaKeysBail.com.
Going home on probation.
I'm going to make up a song because I don't have one because he didn't say what he wanted to hear. Let's try this. A1A.
Yeah. You gotta like that.
Tropical Americana on your radio. Everybody sing with me. Here we go. I said A1A. Tropical Americana on your radio. Now you can go and listen to some other stations, but they don't have original music. You can hear Kenny Chesney if you want to, but he's a bit overplayed. You ought to stay here on A1. A1A. Tropical Americana on your radio. Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
That was an extra cha there.
Donnie Brewer.
Donnie Brewer, man. Outstanding. Thank you, brother. Much obliged. Folks, welcome back to the program, The View from Paradise with Mark Mills. And we're talking with David Kay today. That was music from Donnie Brewer, who's one of the artists that play on Radio A1A. Also on Cruising Country?
Yes, indeed.
Now there's the seal of approval that you get to be played on both stations. Nothing wrong with that at all. David K is my guest, also known as AKA as Video Dave. And I know that you've got a video production to get to here in a few minutes. Over the years that the Pirates on the Water have been active, Parrothead's Upper Keys, who are some of the charities, who are some of the people that you remember that have benefited from this?
Well, let me start with today. Today, we're benefiting the Marvelous Pet Rescue, and which can always use our help. And, we try to help them because they can use all the help that they can get. They do such a wonderful job with pets around, animals around town.
Pet rescue,
but we've benefited with the Wild Bird Center in Tavernier, which
my wife and I have a Marvelous Pet Rescue puppy.
Oh my goodness!
And I would suggest to anybody at home who, if you want to get an animal, this is like the first place to start.
Right.
It really is. They usually have some great creatures that really need a loving home.
Yes.
And, the one that Marianne and my wife, got is a little high energy. And we love the idea. She's a Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah.
And a wonderful dog. Then we found out that she is 32% Chihuahua.
Uh-oh.
So not only do we have a dog that can jump 4 feet in the air,
he says,
but it can also
Taco Bell.
Yeah, you'll Kiro Taco Bell. I'm going to bite you in the ass. So and she grows her fingernails like fangs on a pterodactyl. So she leaves her marks on me on a regular basis. But she's a really cool little creature. She has learned that when Daddy talks like this, that it's time to sit still and cower, and that's good. So to me, that's animal training. That's perfect. Fear me, and I will adore you.
Absolutely.
Don't fear me, and you are in deep weeds, pal.
You hear that, Dr. Bob, don't you?
Yeah, there you go.
Got to fear Mark Mills.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen soon, I'm sure. Bob's Boston connections could have me killed and erased from the planet.
Remotely.
Yeah, that's it. Click, done, you've been erased. But he likes me, so it's okay. It's going to work out. So Marvelous Pet Rescue is
who we're
charity of the day.
We're doing for today.
Very cool.
Again, the Wild Bird Center we've done several times for.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Children's Society for children that
Florida Keys
kids.
Children's Shelter.
Yes, Florida Keys Children's Shelter.
Yeah.
Also,
Say hi to Jen McCombs.
What used to be the Plantation Key Nursing Home,
right?
Now Crystal Health Nursing Home and Rehabilitation.
Yeah.
We do for them. We
been there, done that, haven't you?
Yes, lots of it. So we try to do someone different each time there. Because there's so many around that can use help and donations and anything that we can do for them, we do.
Yeah.
And we enjoy doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's partying with a purpose.
Right, exactly.
God knows, I mean, we've got the partying thing down here in the Keys. No problem there. But, the purpose, I think, is the great part. So,
right.
I mean, I really, David, I appreciate the work that you guys do. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For coming on over. Now, do you have to still go over and try and get a video of this guy?
Well, he's on his way out now because he has somewhere to be.
Right.
So I missed him. I got pictures, but I didn't get video of him like I wanted.
Right.
So
wait a minute. He's not going to stomp off like a rock star, is he? There you go. Right.
Oh.
And what's
that's sexy right there.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Now, we just shared DNA, Donnie. Is that it or what?
Yeah. We're actually family in most states right now.
And so folks, we don't have video on today, that Donnie simply put his hat on my head. There's
only a little drip in there.
Yeah, there's no exchanging of fluids, fortunately enough. So
and
I'm still married to a woman.
Who says entertainment doesn't come cheap?
Yeah, absolutely. Or easy.
Or easy.
Or repeatedly.
Yeah.
So,
there's a clinic right down the road. Just get checked out. You'll be fine.
Nice. Thank you so much.
How you guys doing, man?
Great. Could there be a more perfect day for this?
Look at this.
You're welcome. Just make sure Sonny Jim is nowhere nearby, and you're going to be fine.
Oh, that's right.
Every time he shows up, it rains. But I bring the perfect weather always. That's what I do. It's my job. It's in my contract, actually.
How's the caravan going?
The caravan is fine. I'm not fine. It's excellent. We've had a few minor what do you call
breakdowns,
mechanical difficulties, or difficulties, as we like to call them. And but that's only because we've been wanting to do this for a while. We need to have a caravan the weekend before. Just do like a weekend at a park somewhere. Everybody figure out where your stuff is. Does your RV still work from the last year that you used it? And then we'll be fine.
See, now that's sound reasoning, man. I mean, for 20 years, I've been doing the news in the Keys in one way, shape, or form or another. And I tell people mid-July, go to your doctor. Get examined. Get looked over. Have the doctor write you a note and say, yes, you can snorkel, you can scuba, you can go underwater because your lungs won't blow up because you're old and fat.
Now, I'm not really setting a very good example, too, because I have a brand new oil leak that I got on this trip. And so it makes it nice, though. If you want to find where I'm playing, just follow the oil down the road.
There you
Eventually,
go.
you're going to find it.
Light it on fire.
Light it on fire, then you can see it at night, which is nice.
There he is, yeah. But I'm talking about physically, Donnie, not your RV. So
right,
but your RV is good.
Yeah, I'm in perfect health. This is only day 12, I think, of the caravan, so we only have about 10 more days to go. And so,
how many cases of rum have you all done in the caravan?
Well, I tell you, I have a cabinet specifically for rum, and it's running light. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's mostly Raylene, my sponsor from Texas.
Yummy.
Well, thank God there's only 30 liquor stores between here and Key West.
I know, that's true, too. Yeah. Well, and, there's a lot of Walmarts, too, so if you run out of rum, then you can go straight for the damn old skinny beer.
Yeah.
Or an actually good beer and put it in a skinny beer koozie so your wife doesn't see it.
There you go. There you go. Even better.
Yes, indeed.
Always a good plan of operation.
Thanks for checking in with us, Donnie. Appreciate it, man.
Always.
Safe on the road, buddy.
Absolutely. Be careful out there.
Harry, you were the first man to play me, and this Parrothead Club and event pit stop here was the first one to ever invite me on the stage. So thank you guys. I'm forever in your debt. And anytime you want to do something, ask. I'm there, baby.
You need to sit down and record that Radio A1A gig.
I know. I just thought of that. That was actually pretty damn clever. Yeah. It's a very odd thing for me to do as something clever. So I'm wow. I hope somebody was recording that.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody was recording.
Somebody. Oh, yay! All right. Even the vocal crack notes, you got those in there.
I think that
perfect. Okay, those were timed. They were planned. Just to make you more anxious and
you nailed something important about Radio A1, which makes me feel good, is the fact that we are dedicated to the independent original.
That's right, right. And I'm the one that told you don't say that, say independent. And what did I do on the damn song? I said original.
But he did, and from that point forward, I used the term independent
because
artist.
It's true.
It is true. They are
especially
indies.
in this day and age where a lot of things are done at home and they're digital, and it's hard for audience members to differentiate. They say, "Why is that guy more popular?" Because he's got millions of dollars working for him.
That's right.
This guy's doing it on his own out of his garage.
He's
throw him a bone.
There's a lot of folks that have done exactly that and become huge successes.
Yeah,
huge.
Donnie Brewer.
That's it. There you go.
He does his recording in an RV, man.
RV.
That's awesome.
Which we got the Winnebago tapes too. Is still in planning stages, but there are at least 3 songs that have started to be recorded already. So I'm excited about that.
Winnebago tapes. I like that. Got a Dylan-esque thing.
We're hoping
that works.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
Knock yourself out.
The last one we purposely tried to get as many co-writers and co-singers on the album, and this year we're going to try to. This year when we get it done finally, we're going to try to amp it up to have one songwriter write the song with me and a different artist sing it, and then that artist will write one with me that a different artist will sing, and so we'll try to get more people involved with it and get the creativity just flowing around the table, like the rum does.
Well, you've got a production company now, don't you? Is it a separate name, or is it still the Winnebago Productions?
Well, that's the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to be settling down, not stop touring, but we are going to eventually get a home base and start producing records. There's a couple of artists that have already started producing their records, and I can't say who they are until we strike the contract, but
sure.
I'm very excited about that because that's one of my favorite things in the world. Obviously, if I'm doing everything myself in an RV, it's a fun thing for me. So anytime you can have fun at work, then you pick the right occupation.
Boy, absolutely. You don't work a day in your life, as they say.
That's it.
That's it, man. That's what it's
Thank
all
you, Donnie
about.
Brewer, for stopping by. And
thanks for the tunage.
Mark Mills, and he a great artist on stage. He's almost as good at making up those songs as Don Middlebrook, who can make one up on stage like that.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Matt Hoggett is still the god.
He is. That's right.
Still
Matt
the
is
god
good.
of making up songs. But yeah, no, those guys are fantastic. I think hanging out with them more, I pick up some of those traits, but I'll never be in that field.
Oh, man.
Don't say never.
Just do what you do. You're doing fine, my friend.
Yeah.
Loving it. Hey, love what you guys are doing. Keep doing it.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you, Donnie. We also got to kiss off David K. here.
Kiss him off.
Yeah, well, no tongue. Yeah.
Can I just read his hat? Can I just
Yes,
on the
please.
air?
Go
That'd be
ahead.
fine.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It says cuff. Oh, I read it backwards. My bad. Thank you guys. We'll see you on down the road. We'll see you
All
on
right.
the rock.
All right, Donnie.
Thank you for coming by
Travel
and
safe.
joining us.
We'll
Thanks
just
for
follow the
song,
oil
brother.
trail.
That's it.
Much obliged. David K., I know you got work to get to, man, so thank you so much for being part of the Parrotheads and making all this happen here in the Upper Keys. God bless you. We know that you got through a rough patch there a few years back, and man, you are just,
Hey, I got up again
big,
this
happy,
morning.
and a luxury to be with, brother.
When I get up in the morning, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I want to get my video started. Those of you that are listening that have Facebook,
Yep.
I'm going to be doing our musicians live on Facebook
Sweet.
and under the name David K., not Video Dave.
There you go.
But David K.
Really?
And so, yes,
So you can watch this music unfold
very quickly.
live.
Quick as I get through here and get set up, we're going live with the Pit Stop Party with musicians. So join us at David K. on Facebook.
Yeah, nice.
And we'll be live, and we'll see you. And thank you, Mark, and everyone. And Harry, thank you all for having me. Thank you.
Be good,
Love
David.
you guys.
Yeah,
We'll see you
take care.
next time.
Yeah, you got to take those headsets off before you walk away.
Thank you, VD.
All right. You guys you and Donnie brought up a really cool point. You got to rub David K's butt for good luck. You guys brought up a really good point, you and Donnie, and that is that, he's got his own production company. So many artists down here are working. They really do it themselves.
That's right.
I've been in radio business for 40 years.
That's right.
Television for a handful of that, and I would tell you that it isn't because you got on with a radio or got on with a music company or RCA or one of the record companies that you became great. You were great first.
That's right.
You were a talented artist first.
That's right.
And then, the promotion is what got you out in front of listeners.
Yes.
And, it's kind of cart before the horse. People think, oh, well, I get a recording contract and I'm going to be rich. Not necessarily. If you could agitate the bones of John Lennon or George Harrison, they'd be happy to tell you that, they gave away 90% of their earnings, for the first 5 years of being the Beatles.
Jimmy Buffett did.
Jimmy Buffett did the same thing.
Gave it away.
Every guy, every gal who has gone into the music business with a song in their heart, with a great intention, wound up, being pirated by these major corporations. It's greed, 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 greed. They're hungry. They get offered some money. They sign a contract, and they sign away their dreams.
Indeed.
And they're only lucky enough if they get to the other side with proper representation. One of the great things that Harry does here at A1A is, give the independent guy, gal, band, you name it, a place to shine.
Yes.
And tell me that, the web has 35% penetration to the globe.
Yes.
That's over 1 billion people who have access to your music.
One of the artists who travels the country mentioned Radio A1A yesterday on the air that he traveled to the state of Washington.
Yeah.
And there, those people knew his music. And how in the world would they have known his music? It wasn't terrestrial radio.
Nope.
It was internet radio.
Right.
And probably Radio A1A.
Yeah.
these individuals travel the country and they find that people know their music because people are tuning in to this type of radio, Mark.
Right.
And we really thank our listeners for and they become extremely dedicated to that independent artist concept. And they listen every day for a brand new artist because at least every week a brand new artist is introduced. It's like a creation. It's amazing.
You know, I'll tell you something. One of the greatest jobs I ever had in radio was working at a station in Wisconsin that they allowed me 2 hours a night to play nothing but new music. You know, and I mean, you know, the radio or the record companies were absolutely dog poop crazy about it because, you know, they had the opportunity. I mean, they paid a sales force to take new talent out there on the road and shovel their records at program directors who in turn mostly developed bad drug habits.
Indeed.
You know, and, you know, the music never got heard, you know, and unless somebody really got taken care of at a convention from head to toe, shall we say.
Yes.
That music still didn't get heard.
Yes.
I can tell you stories about a band named Toto.
Yes.
You know, their music was played because, you know, a couple of PDs from big market stations were taken care of from head to toe.
Wow.
Nose included. And I'm not talking out of school because, you know what? Y'all knew who you are. You know? Y'all know what you did. And you know, and they think that the days of payola and plugola are gone.
No, they're not.
That's crap. You know?
It is more difficult today, though, for an artist to make a living because of the abuses of the past.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the bottom line. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. I mean, we had at Clear Channel down the road, you know, Dewey and I had a great thing going on because we would get new music sent to us all the time.
All the time.
And we could run it through one of our stations and air it because, you know, we had that opening to us.
Yeah.
Well, the corporation looked at it and went, no, you can't do that, and took it away from us. That's what's happening here with A1A is that, you know, if you're an artist and you're struggling, get your music to us.
Indeed.
You know, go to Facebook, you know, radioa1a.com on the web, and you know, find out how to submit your music to Harry and Dewey, and they'll listen to it.
If it's the country genre, we'll put it on Cruisin' Country Radio.
That works too.
If it's inspirational, we'll put it on Paradise Road Radio.
There's so much that crosses lines nowadays.
And Dewey is working on a AAA station that is going to be a magnificent for those that just don't fit anything, you know?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you where AAA is responsible for bringing people like Maroon 5.
Yes.
You know, 500 million records sold.
Sure.
You know, to the forefront because other stations wouldn't play them. Commercial stations wouldn't play them.
Right.
You know, some of the others, I mean, The Cure, you know.
Yeah.
You can go down the list. Who are the other? God, of course, I'm drawing a blank now, but, you know, I mean, there are so many bands that got their break on AAA, and, you know, A1A does the same thing for the single guy, single gal who's traveling around doing bar to bar to bar to bar to bar in their Winnebago or, you know, their microbus or whatever, you know, just playing their heart out. You know, that's where this music comes from. And I think it's one of an awesome thing that, you know, lives and breathes in the Keys. You know, you've got that deal going on, and that's awesome. So, folks, we're live today at the Caribbean Club in Key Largo, Florida. Mile marker 104, actually, on the Bayside. And this is a pit stop, you know, sort of a pre-party for the Parrothead Convention that's going to take place, Meeting of the Minds down in Key West. And that'll be about 8-10 days of pretty serious conventioneering, I'm guessing.
And music.
You know. But you can stop here today, grab lunch. They'll be going all afternoon. Just $8, get you a burger, dogs, drinks, chips, sides, desserts, what have you. Food's good. And I actually have the woman I'm married to and her brother-in-law are over there chowing down, and I guess it's pretty good. So you should stop by if you're in the Keys here today and want to get yourself a good cheap lunch. Enjoy the music, and God, man, you can't miss the view.
It's gorgeous.
Looking out here,
unbelievable,
onto the
view from
Bay.
paradise.
There it is, the view from paradise.
Yes.
Mark, when does the Parrothead Club meeting in Key West begin?
Parrothead Club starts on Wednesday, doesn't it?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday
Yeah.
is the meeting of the minds, they call it.
You know, and you guys kind of lay out the future of the next year or so, right?
That's right. Speaking of the future, Mark, you and I are going to be holding court in Isla Morada.
I love that. We're working on it, yeah.
At a beautiful possibility called the Bayside Gourmet.
Yeah.
And the food.
Just give them some love.
We're going there just because the food is good.
I think, you know what? Yeah. There's the old expression, folks, you've seen it along the roadsides of America over the last 15, 20 years. Those little signs that are handwritten that say, "We'll work for food."
That's what we're going to do.
That's what Harry and I are going to be doing. But
is that great place with the Italian food?
I'm telling you, the Bayside Gourmet is one of my favorite places. You know, my wife and I discovered it about probably a little less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Some other friends of ours from down in Big Pine wanted to get together with us for dinner, Pete and Tracy. And I said, "Where do you want to go?" You know, we got a long ways between Big Pine Key and Key Largo. And she said, "Well, we'll meet you in Isla Morada." I said, "Well, it hardly seems fair." But she said, "Well, yeah, but you know what? So what? This place is worth it." And we met them at the Bayside Gourmet. It's at 81, mile marker 81 on the Bayside. And it's that building that looks like somebody tried to convert it into a pirate ship. Right there on the Bayside. Plenty of parking around it. And there's a little art gallery in there, too. You know, and I'm telling you, David, the original Island Gourmet, he started it. He sold it to another couple.
Yes.
And the other couple has just, the quality is outstanding.
Yes.
The food, I'm telling you, they have a signature salad there at Bayside Gourmet that'll blow your mind.
Yes.
It's $9 for a salad, which, you know, look across the Keys. That's not a lot of money.
And that's an Isla Morada.
And this has bacon in it, poppy seed dressing.
Yes.
You know, sliced pears. I mean, it's off the chart.
Their pizzas are just absolutely gourmet.
To die for.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And,
I probably will die because one of their pizzas. But, you know,
and with a
cholesterol
smile.
will spire upwards. But so we're talking with them, and we're not going to rule out anything else. You know, I mean, not in this business, but we're talking with the folks at Bayside Gourmet, and we're going to work something out for a little happy hour Monday thing, 5 o'clock on Mondays. And, you know, I'll arrange the guests, try and keep it interesting. Come on over there, get yourself a slice of pizza, or sit down and have dinner. They do beer and wine. And
fine wines, too. Very fine wines.
Very nice wines.
Now, can you bring dogs?
They out back, I believe, they are pet friendly. But I will check on that for you.
You have a dog.
Halsey will love it.
Halsey would love it.
Dr. Bob's got Halsey, and you know, Navy man. What else would you call your dog? Halsey.
And he rules the roost too.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Admiral Halsey does indeed rule the ship.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, you know, where are we at here? I think time-wise, we're at about 15 minutes in front of the hour. So we're going to take another break, folks. We are live today from the Caribbean Club in Key Largo, and this is a new program we're doing called The View from Paradise. Stick around. We'll be back with more in just a few minutes.
Anymore. Took his 36 years and he closed that door. He's living in retirement, starting over again. Johnny and Judy, they got a brand new plan. They're going where the sun is shining, the fish are jumping, bugs are crawling, and the beer is always cold in Key Largo.
Surprise! Great for a birthday, anniversary party, but a real estate transaction, that is not what you want. You don't want surprises when it comes to closing a real estate deal. The way to a smooth closing with no surprises is Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys. Call Ginny or Pam or even Irene. Hey, these three gals will take care of you. Close your transaction smoothly with no surprises. Real estate closings, 1031 exchange, escrow, all your needs are taken care of there with no surprises. It's Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys. Call 305-451-0032 or just Google up Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys.
This is author Sammy Mays. May I recommend the Jake Sullivan series of novels by author Chip Bell?
He's Jake Sullivan and he's on the run. He's working for the president while basking in the sun.
If you enjoy reading, you need to read Chip Bell's latest novel, We Are the People Our Parents Warned Us About. Read and collect all 13 books in the Jake Sullivan series at chipbellauthor.com. The Jake Sullivan series has been awarded Mayor Gonzo Mays 5 Parrots in a Palm Tree for literary excellence.
Topical crimes in tropical climes. Assassins right there on the beach. Like a secret agent.
This is Harry T., a.k.a. Billy Ray, your purveyor of everything tropical. Radio A1A is a proud part of the A1A Media Network, and it's our pleasure to bring you the best app ever for music, entertainment, information, and news from the road to paradise.
Come to the Florida Keys. Come on, feel the ocean breeze. Make love under the coconut trees. Just come to the Keys. Welcome to the Florida Keys. Come on.
The A1A Media app from the road to paradise, ready for 5G, ready for syncing with your car, your TV, and your home entertainment and news devices. Android, Apple, everything tropical in one application.
It's just like paradise. Once you come once, won't you come more than twice.
This is your Key West honorary mayor, Gonzo Mays, and you're listening to Radio A1A, music for the road to paradise. So damn the carnations, full speed ahead.
Only for a moment, then right before my eyes, my walls feel back.
You know, if you require more than what is being offered here today for a perfect day for lunch, there's just something wrong with you. You know, I mean, the weather is ideal.
Yes,
there are people out there paddleboarding, sort of winning their way out into the Florida Bay. The water's fairly flat, very nice. You know, my lovely, wonderful wife has this great habit, which I'm sure yours has a few as well.
She has a few habits,
yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, she has a few habits for sure. Mary Ann loves to, check the weather every morning in the places that we visited and the places that we will live someday, possibly. So we get, the Keys weather. Usually, 80 degrees feels like 12,000. There's always, the Keys are never 81 feels like 81. It's about the humidity. So, but and we work to these different places. She's from a place out east, small town. I'm from up in the Midwest, so we get those temperatures, and it's almost Halloween. Okay, almost Halloween, end of October. Now, wherever you are, I defy you to have better weather than we have
today?
right now today. It's a little 12, maybe 14 knot breeze coming out of the southeast.
Yes.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
blowing through the palms.
Yeah, how do you beat that?
Gorgeous.
And like I say, we're looking out onto the Florida Bay. There's a couple of nice boats out there gently rocking, people on paddle boards going around, some folks swimming off the dock. I don't know how it gets better than that.
And music in the background.
And the music in the background is outstanding, actually. So I don't know who this gentleman is. You do.
Steve and the Wolf Island Band.
Steve and the Wolf Island Band. You got to like that. So, yeah, he's got a great voice, sweet tones, good stuff. So
we call him the Burl Ives of trop rock.
There's almost something criminal about that.
Stop me if I go too far.
Yeah, really. I think it got real red there for a moment.
Chip Bell is doing something very special for the registered Parrotheads who are going to be at the Meeting of the Minds convention at the Casa Marina. Chip has a table at the Mini Mart.
Oh, no kidding.
Where he will be signing and autographing all of his Jake Sullivan series of books.
Nice.
There are 14 of them now.
Yeah.
And we have a special giveaway. It's a keychain.
Oh, yeah.
You see that, Mark?
There you go.
It's a special keychain here that if we give it to a registered Parrothead and they bring it by Chip's table, they have the opportunity to win a T-shirt, other prizes from what I understand.
Nice.
Maybe autographed books, but
Chip
Chip...
got a thing going on.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, Chip has always got something happening.
All right, folks. Well, the skinny is, come on by, get your keychain.
Right here at the radio table.
Yeah, A1A table here at the Caribbean Club. Get your keychain. It's actually a nice keychain, too.
Yes, it is.
And then when you get down to Stock Island, on Wednesday, show them this, and you can register for a whole bunch of good stuff.
Yes.
Possibly win, too. So,
yeah.
I'll tell you, it is one of the great things about what we do here in the Keys that just supports the lifestyle because, and I'm not going to rain on the employers or whatnot. You got to do what you got to do to get by, but, insurance benefits, health care, things like that are elusive in Paradise. We have good health care, and then we have good hospitals and great doctors, but insurance is just a non-existent thing. So I think one of the things that helps so much is the community gets together and gets behind each other.
Yes.
Now, the benefit today from the Parrotheads Upper Keys is for the folks at Marvelous Pet Rescue and part of what was Mar Properties and is now American Caribbean Real Estate. And $8, you're making a charitable donation. You're also getting a cheeseburger or a couple of hot dogs, trimmings, fixins, dessert, all that kind of stuff. And that goes to help out. It also puts you in line for a dive trip giveaway worth $100. Kind of a day trip thing, I'm sure.
Yes.
Very nice. So dive, scuba dive, whatever you want to do. You can snorkel, I'm sure.
Sure.
All of the above. So, and the proceeds go to benefit our good friends at Marvelous Pet Rescue, which is, hey, what the hell? You can also, what's this now? What is that? Something about Jell-O shots is in there.
$1 a piece.
There you go.
Oh, gosh.
Is that here?
Yes.
Good God, I'm glad this show's wrapping up quick because I'm going to be tempted here very quickly to go over and get my ass a Jell-O shot. So, but that's also part of the charitable donation would be to get you a Jell-O shot and absolutely put the Florida Keys glow on.
Oh,
that
man.
You so desire. So, again, back to the sort of the independent nature of all of our folks here in the Keys. For the musicians, for anybody, it's a wonderful place to live if you were able to just go out and pick fruit off a tree and feed yourself with fish from the ocean and whatnot. But you know what? That ain't happening. No. Because you still got to come up with $2,000 a month to pay your landlord.
Yep.
And and so you got to work. And the folks who live here, we really do band together. This creates a great environment because there's a shared bond. If you are going to become part of the Keys, you're going to live in a place and you're going to do your part. Because trust me, you'll be identified over time as somebody who doesn't do their part. And, you don't want to be that person, because that day will come when you may need something and it ain't going to be there. We're a small enough community that we know when somebody's taking advantage of us. This is truly a great place. Harry and I wish to continue to serve the Keys, so we're going to try and do that from another location. And today is just a great day to, do the pet rescue thing. The Caribbean Club is a pet-friendly bar, and this is a pet-friendly event.
Yes, it is.
I got to run home at afternoon time to walk the dog, something like that. Put them on a leash, bring them over here.
And they will enjoy it.
Yeah, well, make a contribution of $8 to the pet rescue. Get yourself a hot dog, a couple of dogs, a burger, and whatnot. And, it's all for a good cause.
I want to say one more thing. I'm extremely excited about the potential that we have to show the world the view from paradise here in the Florida Keys, because as we have been producing almost 100 real estate shows, you were able to bring some of the most interesting people to the broadcast, where the Keys the paradise is actually explained by those who govern it, insure it, police finance it. Because if you ever want to own a piece of paradise, we will obviously be sponsored by a real estate company by the name of Michael Marinelli. So those are the kind of things that we're going to try to put together all in one show, I believe. Isn't that right, Mark?
Sure.
And
I tell you, it may seem like an overwhelming process, but it can be simplified and made easy. There's no question about it. I think, people come down here to go on vacation, and yes, some of them return on probation.
They do.
To Monroe County bail bonds, give them a little extra love. But, the bottom line is, this is where you want to retire. Yeah. This is where you want to live when you can. It's a one set of clothes operation.
That's right.
I don't think I wear a pair of long pants, but unless I'm going to something serious, which in the Keys,
there aren't many of those.
Well, I'm not allowed in churches anymore because the walls bleed when I walk in. But
Well, it took us years for you to get start wearing pants.
See, there you are. I'd forget and leave the house. Which, Bob, we'd appreciate if you wear.
You know what I like best is no socks.
No socks.
I haven't worn a pair of socks in, gosh, I don't know when.
Well, and that's my way of life too. That's my motto. Yeah. If I need socks, I probably don't need to go.
That's right.
So. I don't. If I got to put on socks, I don't need to be there. So, I tell you what, folks. We are working on bringing this show to the happy hour crowd, 5 o'clock Mondays, and moving it down to Bayside Gourmet. So, hopefully, we're going to work something out there. We will be probably airing a rerun of the Florida Keys Real Estate Guys next Monday.
Yes, we will.
Marianne and I are going to Maryland.
We'll probably rerun this show next Monday.
That'd be fun.
Yes,
that'd be good.
I think that'd be great.
Yeah, we're going to show the Elvis video to Marianne's mom. So yeah, she doesn't know we got married yet. So
wow,
yeah,
she's going to slap you probably.
Oh, probably. It's remarkable. She's such a lovely woman.
Oh, is she?
And I'll tell you what. There's a lot of truth in this, ladies. You look at how a guy treats his mother if you want to know how he's going to treat you.
Yeah.
And if he's not kind to his mother, stay the hell away from him.
Yeah.
Cut his ass loose and look further.
Yeah.
Trust me.
That's true.
But, Marianne's mom has just been a treat. She's been a delight for me to get to know. And, I'll be showing her Elvis. Marion, the two of us here in just a couple of days. So, and I think with that, folks, we'll bid you adieu, and we'll next time we go on, we'll see you hopefully from the Bayside Gourmet. Harry, thank you so much.
Thanks
to Sunshine Title of the Florida Keys, Monroe County Bail Bonds, Jim LaPointe, loan officer, and we'll
Chip
catch
Bell.
you in a couple of weeks. And Chip Bell, of course.
Indeed.